Today we're going to be talking about fear and how fear plays an impact in our lives. Everyone has fears in their lives. Everyone is afraid of certain stuff. And the more we sort of accept the fact that fear is going to be in our lives, whether we like it or not, the more it's sort of like your thought process and it sort of revolutionizes. I've seen personally with my life is that whenever I'm scared of something, so for example, growing up, I was scared of heights. And when I went to Switzerland, for example, I decided I wanted to go paragliding, where you sort of like run off a mountain, and it's like a pretty high mountain. You kind of run off the mountain and you're in the air, basically. And I remember, so we go higher and higher up the mountain, and my anxiety kind of increases more and more and more. And it's up to the point where I can't even like move my legs. I can't move my arms, and like I'm with like the instructor, and he's just like, just relax. It's one of the most beautiful feelings in the world. And he told me one thing that really impacted me, and he was like, on the other side of fear is bliss, is pure bliss. And what happened was that like as soon as we started running off the mountain to sort of take off, we both tripped, and so I kind of tripped and he tripped on me. So we were kind of rolling down the mountain. And when we stopped, and like I just looked around me, and I was like, there was like blood pouring from here, and I'm like, at this point, like any normal person would be like, you know what, I don't need to do this anymore. I really do not need to do this anymore. Like, it's done. Like, I'm done with this. Like, I tried this, it didn't work out, we're leaving. But what I thought to myself is that like I've come too far. I've come too far right now to not get off this mountain. So we got back up and we started running down the mountain again. And as soon as we took off, whatever he said made so much sense, that on the other side of fear is pure bliss. Because in that 1 second when I was taking off, I'm not gonna lie, I was shit scared. But in like the span of like a couple of seconds, that fear automatically turned into bliss. And also I remember Will Smith spoke about this in one of his videos, where he spoke about the experience of skydiving, about how he decided to go skydiving the day before, and he was shit scared the whole night. The whole night he was scared and he was nervous, and until he was about to get off the plane. And then when they finally pushed him off, he literally after the first second of getting off, he realized that was the best feeling in his world. And that's what I'm trying to talk about fear, is that like literally on the other side of it, it's worth it to be able to go through that feeling to get on the other side. And also putting things into perspective. That also really helps with sort of dealing with fear as a whole. An action that you can take to kind of get over fear is that you gotta put it in your calendar. Every single day, you gotta see how you're gonna get out of your comfort zone. So our comfort zone is over here, and outside that comfort zone is incredible things that sort of like are around us. So for example, for me, one of my fears is that like I was afraid of talking to people. I was afraid of interacting with people. So what I did was to like systematically sort of like get rid of this fear, or like sort of reduce it, was that like I put it in my calendar that like every single day I would try to meet a new person in my life. And up to this date, I still continue it, is because of the fact that whenever I meet a new person, it's like the old side of me sort of like moves away, and I kind of like, it's kind of like I become like a more new person, basically.